everyone, this is Works for Tools. Welcome to the channel. This is a Frankencart retour. See what's been added to it, how it's changed. I don't remember everything that's been changed. My first video on this channel was my Frankencart. So we're just showing a little more in depth on what is on here, and it's definitely grown since then and had some changes. Most everything is snap-on or blue point, so I will definitely mention the things that aren't. If I don't tell what it is, it's either a snap-on or a blue point. So we'll start here in the front. We got our 3/8 drive shallow and deep sockets. Then we have just a magnetic tray. Right here is a 1/2-inch Craftsman ratchet, 3/8 long ratchet, and 3/8 longer ratchet. We have the 3/8 swivel. Behind it, we have the 1/2-inch drive extensions, progresses up to an even longer one. You can see down here. Then we have the 3/8 drive extensions, short to long. All of those, I believe, are snap-on, and this one is actually a Mac. Yep. Right here we have our 1/4-inch drive, regular size, longer 1/4-inch ratchet, and then the swivel head ratchet. Behind it we have the 1/4-inch drive extensions, from a shorter one to a long one, which actually has the swivel end on it. If we go on the outside first, we see that we have the die grinder, channel locks, got a headlamp. When we get into here, we can see we have, these are the tools to be able to change the heads on the die grinder. The 3/8 gun I have is actually a Matco. Has more power than the 3/8 snap-on, so that's why I went with it. Needle nose vice grips hanging here. This is the air hammer. This is very helpful for getting things off. If you know what this is, it's used to hit. Takes a good punch rather than a regular hammer. Sometimes you have to use it for ball joints and things like that, and I'll show the adapter for that down on the bottom. All right, we have, this has changed, it wasn't there before. Milwaukee 3/8 fuel extended reach ratchet. The 1/2-inch drive impact gun. Back here, we have, these are Cornwell magnetic sockets, the 1/4-inch drive, 1/4-inch snap-on swivel. This one is 1/4 to 3/8, 1/2-inch to 3/8, 1/2 to 1/2, just the 2-inch extension. And then we have 20 through 24 on the 3/8 shallow sockets back here. And here we have a 3/8 to 1/4, and then a 3/8 to 1/2 adapters. Just a regular 3/8. I think that's a snap-on, yep. Swivel. 13, 14, and 15 on the semi-deeps. This is 21 thin wall socket, and just a random Allen that got cut to use for something. 1-inch. Here we have the 3/8 18mm. That came in really useful for older Tauruses and Sables for doing motor mounts. Don't use it so much anymore, but it's on here. 1/2-inch drive universal, 1/2-inch drive 15, 18, 19, 21, and 24 universal impact sockets. Over here we have the screwdrivers, and this is a special dipstick for checking the transmissions that don't have dipsticks. This one's mostly used for the Mopar, which is Chrysler and Dodge. Got our Phillips and standard size flat screwdrivers over here with a really long one in there. Right here we have the 6-inch and I think 8-inch. These are torque bits, and this is a Cornwall set. Snap-on doesn't make a set like this, so I got them from Cornwall. Here we've got the Milwaukee 1/4-inch drive electric wrench. Very nice. Cornwall blowgun. Mostly using for the blow things, dirt off of stuff, and blowing out spark plug holes before you take the spark plugs out so you don't get dirt in the engine. Got our green man Pajama Hammer. I forget if this is the 40-ounce one. And big soft dead blow hammer here. 3/8 drive. Torque wrench. Here we have pry bars and long needle nose, some side cutters, regular pliers I just showed that I got warranted. Proto, actually, adjustable wrench or crescent wrench as they're called. Here we've got, these are to remove hoses, mostly for radiator hoses. And then this one actually gets used the most. I have the rest of these set of these in my toolbox. Maybe one day we'll do a box tour of that. The toolbox is mostly storage, but I work mostly out of here. So we have our zippy snap-on. Love this thing, use it a lot. We have our Sure Shot for cleaning things with brake clean. Got some brake grease, caliper grease. Brake test strips. In here we have little go, no-go gauges to see what size some of the brakes are. It's helpful for telling customers. This is a Matco with the Mac extension. This is for taking off the bolts on the drive shaft of Fords because it's a 12 millimeter. Here we got the Mac extension in the Matco thin wall 19 and 21 universal. It's flip socket, I should say. The wrenches are, this side is all standard, and then up here we get the 21 through 24 of the metric sizes. This side is 8 through 19 of metric, and they alternate. We got some of the new, that's still a gear wrench, 8 millimeter, because I don't have it in the snap-on. But then we got a snap-on gear wrench, 10 millimeter, then the 10 millimeter in regular wrench. And it alternates like that through here. There's a couple on the second shelf that I don't use as much. So it goes 14 and then 14 up to 19. In front, we got our Stinger flashlight. Here, these are 1/2-inch drive deep impact sockets. Metric on this side. Nope, this side's the standard side. So we got 1/2-inch all the way up to about 1/16, I think. And then of course I put stuff in them, like the little short ratchet, a couple of bits. This side's got the metric 8 through 24. But then over here you have your 22, 3, and 23. This skips 21, 24. Couple random sockets I'd hardly use. I use them to put bolts in. Over here we have axle sockets. These are the bigger ones, 36, and this is 30. We have the 3/8 drive swivel, 8 to 19. Some Torx bits. The Torx bits that are tamper-proof with the hole in the middle. Back here is a 3/8 Allen, good for older Chevy brake jobs. Got the Phillips bit, mostly for going, taking off rotors. And then this is a special socket for taking the high side line loose of GM, mostly General Motors, but some other vehicles have it. The high side line Schrader for the air conditioning is a special socket. You can use pliers too, but I finally upgraded to a socket. Just a 10 millimeter. Got some white out, good for marking timing belts and other things. And then of course I make use in the sockets with mirrors, little bits, really thin pliers, temperature gauge, and then the Phillips and flat regular screwdrivers. Down here, we got on the shelf, of course, some stickers from other cool YouTube and Instagram guys. Heavy wrench. We go around for a quick show of them. So that's the stickers real quick. In here we have more of the wrenches. Most of these are the regular, not ratcheting, but a couple of them are ratcheting because they don't fit up top, and I don't use an 11 as much. This is a 9, 11, they don't get used as much. And then back here I have a 21 that is a gear wrench. Got gear wrench stubbies, ratcheting wrenches. Right here we got some of the roll-lock discs, cutting wheels, wire wheels, sanding pads. Got the needle nose, another needle nose. This one's different because it has for snap rings. I'm seeing that. Regular pliers. Air tire gauge, digital. Seems pretty cool. And it has a light. Got our Nipex channel lock type pliers. In here we have the E-Torx, the inverted ones, mostly used for European cars. They go from a 1/4-inch drive up to 3/8 drive and 1/2-inch drive on these for the bigger ones. We have the triple squares, which are also used for European vehicles mostly. And then some shallow. I think these are Blue Point. Then some shallow slim profile sockets. Those are the slim profile, not just shallow. And then the low profile ratchet and a Mac for doing tires, water brush, Matco plastic pry bar for getting plastic panels off of the cars. Right here we have the 3/8 impact shallow. Behind it are the mid-length 3/8 sockets. Behind here is 1/2 inch shallow impact sockets. I believe that's from 8 up to 24. And then these are part of the other set of the Cornwell magnetic sockets. And back there are deep sockets that are 12 point. These are special for doing fuel lines, and you can use them on air conditioning lines also. We have some pipe dope sealant, some Teflon tape. This we can use on the zippy gun for cleaning the batteries. This is the terminal. This is for installing studs, the stud for your wheels. More battery cleaners. These are also AC line disconnects. Different sizes there. Some larger Allens. And then back here are some punches that are made for roll pins that are proto punches. On this side, this we have is for taking the plastic attachments off of vehicles. They're yeah. These are also for that. For pulling off the plastic panel clips. We got the wire strippers and crimpers. This is a special tool to be able to, which is Matco. This one is for taking fuel lines loose. Let you get in there and pinch the line. Back here is a socket for doing O2 sensors. Another O2 sensor socket, the pink one. What else we got in here? Another panel clip tool. Some of the larger crimping pliers. And another door panel tool. And that is a blue point. I think that covers that one. Oh, here's some stuff. These are for taking clutch lines loose, mostly of Fords. And then this little guy stuffed in here is supposed to be for doing Honda drum brakes, being able to adjust them. I haven't been able to get it to work on the ones I've tried yet. Maybe one day I'll find one it works on. Got this tool here for holding up the struts on cars' hoods when they don't work. Down here, I left the rags there. All right, I almost forgot that on the second shelf under here, we have the snap-on pick set, the long ones. Okay, and then on the bottom tray, underneath it, Cornwell long magnet tray and snap-on flashlight holder. Down here we have various things. This is what I call a claw. It's for taking off oil filters. This one is made for doing the Toyotas. We have this that I just showed on my Instagram, which is a bearing dust cap remover. Don't know what brand that thing was. This is the snap-on 1/2 inch drive torque wrench. Long ratchet with the swiveling head. And the long breaker bar. Generic hammer. Rigid pipe wrench. Don't remember what brand this is, but it's for taking off hubcaps. This one is another filter plier. That was, looks like it was a Matco tool. Scraper. Long chisel bit. These are all chisel bits for the air hammer. These are the ball joint tool for the air hammer. For popping off ball joints. More chisel bits. I have this pry bar. Brass punch. Files. Matco 5-piece socket set for doing filters that have the caps. These ones are nice enough to give you the end on it for the socket. Large channel locks that are likely channel lock brand. Another punch type thing. Use that to maneuver things sometimes. This is for putting on your wrench to get some more leverage. Very cool tool, works real good. Some brake tools. Another scraper. Seal remover. Pry bar made for pushing on the brakes. This is a little old dipstick tube from a car that we like to use when we can't get down to transmissions. Put that into the dipstick and then put the funnel on this end, and it lets you get there on hard to reach ones. Some channel locks. Some more channel locks. Some tin snips. This is a special tool for getting the horseshoe clips off of the brake jobs on drum brakes. Blue point. These are for the hold down springs on the brake jobs. Adjusting spoon for brakes, drum brakes. This is a special tool for the style of tie rod ends to be able to turn them. This catches the sleeve and turns the tie rods for doing alignments. Janky little screwdriver made to try to adjust brakes. This one is supposed to grab the brake spring, one of the return springs or whatnot. Kind of tough to use. It's a little big, so I don't use it a lot. Some Husky Allen heads. This one metric set. Looks like we got 1.5 to 10. And the set with it is standard. A couple of vice grips back here. This is a tool from Snap-on for being able to push the brake calipers in. Extended reach sander adapter. The bigger pickle fork for to use with the air hammer. A couple of bolts that we use with the chain when I need to pull down the control arm on something. Use that. We got some. This is anti-seize, some brake fluid, power steering fluid, Honda power steering fluid. Last but not least, we got these torque sticks. This one's for 140 pounds, 80 pounds, and 100 pounds. And then we got the tape measure on the side. And you probably saw it, but a couple of straps for being able to hold stuff. So that's a breakdown of the Frankencart. Thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. Be sure to subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. Have a good day.